Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dominions 4, The Ascent of Ursula. As you saw in the last turn, Ursula has returned to us, and now I have her going around searching for sites. I want to apologize for the abrupt ending of the last episode. These 15-minute chunks tend to run out faster than I expect. Now, to save time, I have done my moves before starting to record, and I'll just explain to you quickly what I'm doing. First of all, let's talk a little bit about my enemies. I'm surrounded on three sides here. I have Tianqi to the east, here in this province. I have Arco down south, over here, and I have Satis up here. Now, out of all of them, Tianqi seems to be the weakest, and I've considered pouncing on them. You know, they happen to start between two provinces that are pretty powerfully defended, and it looks like they haven't gone anywhere. They may have some troops over here, and I'm sending more scouts to take a look at it, but we'll see. The most immediate threat to me, however, is Satis. They're about as strong as I am, they have a lot of troops, and they're the closest to my capital. So I've considered that taking them out should be a #1 priority. This throne isn't going to go anywhere. It's pretty well defended. I've kind of given up for the moment going down here and taking this throne. I doubt Arco is going to come up for it, but if they do, there's just not much I can do. I'm going to have to declare war on them eventually anyway. I'm in a pretty good position, though, in terms of victory, because if I conquer this throne, which I believe to be a level 3 throne, and these two, which I believe to be level 1, then I'll already be 5 of 7 away from victory. So I'm having Ursula search for magic sites. Let me just speak a moment about that. Not all terrains have magic sites equally. In some cases, some terrains are better than others. Usually wastelands and swamps have the most magic sites. Next you have forests and mountains. And finally, at the bottom of the list you have plains and featureless terrain. There's also quite a few sites to be found underwater, but I'm not really close to getting there yet. So let's begin. I'm having Surreal move up here to continue my fight against Satis. I've noticed from my scouts that they have territory across the river. I don't know anything at all about this continent over here, so I'm sending some scouts, as you can see here, to look for it and see what's going on. Arco doesn't seem to have gotten very far. They're just sitting around there. I expect that they are probably going to get into war with Satis before they get into war with me, but we'll see what happens. Finally, Tianqi is not doing anything. As far as my recruitment, I'm going to get another research mage. I am starting to order my decent troops because fighting's about to start. Ordering some more bodyguards as well. And that's it for right now. So, let's end the turn. Okay, Ursula searched my most likely site for sites and didn't find anything. That is no good. There was also a battle versus me and Satis. Let's take a quick look. Okay. Doesn't look like anything I shouldn't be able to handle, but I want to keep an eye on it. I am losing troops. Cavalry are pretty difficult versus standard infantry. Okay, they've broken and run. And I think we've got this well in hand. They're being led by just a typical commander. Okay, I lost 6 units. Still hanging in there. Alright, so now I have a choice to make. I could either try to go here and engage their large unit of 90 men with my 61, or I could just leave them alone, go over here, and try to get to their capital. Now the benefit of taking the capital is it seems like it's their only castle at this moment, so it's the only place where they can recruit their national troops. It's also the only place that's drawing resources and income, so I could really deal them a blow economically by taking that province. The problem is they're going to have to sit there for a while because you have to storm the castle, and before you can do that you have to siege it. And even if I do successfully do that, I don't personally think that Cyril Beliefs has enough of an army right now to take on an enemy god. We're strong and we have good morale, but at the same time we're naked and fairly weak units. As you know, I've been ordering our cheap guys because I can get more of them. So I'm kind of in a position here. I think what I'll do is I will just pursue a Fabian strategy, which is I will avoid the big engagements and just try to cause a little chaos and take over their provinces to gain some money and to take the money away from them. I will, however, just to provide a token defense force, put my typical 11 defense here, and I'll move him here. Meanwhile, I've found my next nation, Saromatia. Let's take a look and see what they're all about. As you can see here, I've built a lot of scouts. And another commander. Okay, I'm going to try to get this guy back to see Qianqi. So he will be sneaky bastard East the 2nd. Hopefully he'll fare a little better than the first. Now the reason why my first scout was seen and fought is that they probably have a really high province defense in here. A lot of those men that we saw were basic units, and I don't think it's an actual standing army. I think it's province defense, and they must have invested quite a bit into it. So one benefit of high province defense is that you have a patrol bonus, and that you're able to find sneaking troops. Scouts, by the way, are sneaking troops, which you can signify because they have the dark gray arrow as opposed to the red arrow. I'm not sure why he has the red arrow here. Oh, there we go, gone. So I'm going to move Ursula up here to the forest, the next highest potential site for magic sites, and hopefully she'll do a little better there than she did in the other place. I was going to have Batman just hang out here and protect, but it looks like Satis is weak in this province now, so I'm going to take the fight to him. Batman, by the way, has become heroic. He's gained the trait of heroic quickness, which means he gets an increased number of action points and actions in battle, which is very good, and he has a level of experience. Surreal Beliefs is still at 1 level of experience. And I've also recruited a regular commander in this province to finally build my castle. Big chunk of money, but we're in good shape. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my Salmes, because they're not only weak mages, but they also are priests, and I'm going to move her over here so that she can build a temple. Now a temple allows me to recruit my national mages and holy troops, but I'll also have her, since she's also a mage, build a lab. Now a lab can be built anywhere, as can a temple, and it allows you to recruit magic troops. It also allows you to pass gems onto your commanders from that location, cast spells from that location. So a lab is pretty beneficial to have. When an enemy conquers your province, any temples you have in that province are razed to the ground. They're gone. But a lab will stay there and the enemy will be able to use it. Same thing with a fortress. Gonna leave him here, just keeping an eye on things. Although they have a pretty good province defense, so I'll move him up here. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about my magic strategy. I'm very close to Alteration 4, which is my goal, 255 left to go. And then after that, I'm going to go, I believe, with Conjuration 3. This will give me a spell called, where are you? Summon Earth Power. Now what this spell does is my Earth Mages, primarily my Gudus, are going to be able to cast this spell in battle, which will cause them to increase their Earth's power to 3. So they get an Earth Magic bonus of 1, and it will also give them Reinvigoration, which is great for a mage. So they might not be very Gudu right now, but they will once I get that spell. And there's also some other spells I'll be able to use from here, but that's the main one I'm looking for. Another cool thing about moving up in this chain is that I'll be able to summon magical units from my labs, including Fire Ant. Well, I can afford Fire Ants, but Storm Power, no, that's a battlefield spell. I'll be able to summon ogres, killer mantises, packs of wolves, horned serpents, and others. I won't go into details and waste time right now. After that, after I receive the Summon Earth Power spell, that will make my Earth Gudus 3 Earth Magic, which will give me then Evocation. I will get down to level 4, which will give me Blade Wind, which is a spell that the stronger your mage is in Earth, they shoot multiple blades out, which pepper the enemies and does a lot of damage. So it's a long path to take, but eventually I'm going to get there and it'll be very worth it. I want this to be more exciting, and I know right now we're just seeing basic troops fighting against basic troops. I really want to bring some crazy summon creatures and magic into the battlefield, but unfortunately just the way the game is set up, that takes a little bit of time. So everything's planned out, let's end the turn. Well, hold on. That's correct, didn't recruit a mage. And of course we want more troops. Okay, perfect. And let's end the turn. Okay, Saromacia has a new prophet. There was a battle in Hexwoods. Okay, I'm not going to watch this. Well, actually, yes, I am. There's more troops than I thought there was going to be, but let's take a quick look at what they are. We've got a Sauromancer, which is one of Statis's best mages. You can see he has 3 death, 1 water, and 1 nature, so he's pretty much the equivalent of one of my NCs, or N2s? The really good capital mages. He also has some death gems, which will supplement his power. That's kind of scary since I don't have any real magic, just priestly magic. He also has a Lizard Heir, who is just a holy commander. Let's look at the bless again. Air, water, and a little bit of earth. He has heroic strength, and he tramples, so those two won't necessarily work well together. Okay, other than that, we have their typical lizard troops. They have City Guard, who are, like my Guard, good at defending castles. They're cursed, though. That's no good. Then we have Militia, basic, easy troops that should die like nothing you've ever seen before. Lizard Warriors. And the ones with the armor here are lizard runners. They're even weaker. But then the ones with the armor are elite warriors. And they're slaves, which means they have very low morale. So I might, even though these guys are pretty tough magically, I might win this battle simply because I have better morale. Let's take a look. Okay, he's using his vast magical power and gems to summon skeletons, which are pretty weak. It must mean they haven't researched very much. Still, though, my troops are dying a little more quickly than I expected them to be. This battle is going to come down to morale. It may have been a bad decision. It looks like it's going to be a bad decision. Oh boy, was it a bad decision. Ursula, save us. Okay, Surreal's getting the heck out of dodge, which he needs to do. I don't want him to die. That was a tragedy. 56 of 62 men dead. 28 of 111. That was... wow. That was just not the way that was supposed to go. Now there's a battle in good old woods. Hopefully the result will be a good old result. It should be. I didn't think they had anybody here. And they don't. We didn't take any losses there, and we took the province. Okay. And of course, we have 2 giant lizard armies here in my way. Let's move Sneaky Bastard over here. Let's move him to the throne. Him out here. Surreal's all by himself. Even his bodyguards are gone. We're gonna have to get him back to the homeland. Oh boy. Alright, so... Tianchi finally was able to conquer that province, so... crappy results all around for me here. This is putting me into quite a spot. And I am getting close to being run out of time, so I'm going to set Ursula to search here. By the way, just so you know how to do that, you click the action button at the bottom left-hand corner of the unit card, search for magic sites, and I will be back soon. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave comments, and I appreciate it all. Have a good one, guys.